so I think we are ready to go. The audio looks fine. So let's begin with another episode of the Theimpactplay'S screenplay. The premier source for discussing and reviewing the latest in film, entertainment, essentially anything across the entertainment industry umbrella. My name is Muhammad. I'm your show's any producer here on the Once Into the Weirdly Simple for the Marginalized, giving voices to the voices and sharing their stories to the world. Make sure you subscribe to us over on YouTube at youtube.com/@Theimpactplay or simply search for the Theimpactplay on YouTube, or simply go to Theimpactplay.com and click on the YouTube icon. It'll take you there. Make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on, and be sure to hit the like button as well if you're watching this VOD on YouTube. Then definitely go out and support us. So no matter however consumers or wherever consumers, we are there. Your support is what keeps our lights and mics on and keeps us doing what we do best. We are also Epic partners, so every purchase you make with the Epic Game Store, whether it be Rocket League, Fortnite, Fall Guys, and more, even if you claim a free-to-play title, when you use that credit code to Theimpactplay, helps to elevate the show and take us to greater heights than ever before, and no added cost to you. So on this episode, we're not reviewing, but we're gonna have a discussion of Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV. So I just finished literally just finished watching episode 5, which is the final episode. It was a little mini series documentary, which I will get into later on after a word from the sponsors. Be sure to check out our other shows by visiting Theimpactplay.com and scrolling down a little down below. We have 3 shows, which one show has become 3. The Theimpactplay is mainly going to be used for discussing anything regarding technology and video games, reviews, interviews, and just latest discussions as well, giving our hot takes. The Theimpactplay'S screenplays, which is what we're recording now, but it's going to be used for essentially discussions, interviews, reviews, anything under the entertainment umbrella. So film and television is under there as well. So anything that's not directly connected to the first 2 will be under the Theimpactplay'S cover play, which will be in addition to covering shows and events as well. Be sure to check out my new show, The Commander Play, where I discuss anything from commanders, showcasing playthroughs, and even having discussions around Magic the Gathering. If you're interested in the kind of content, you're interested in Magic the Gathering card game and learning more of it, joining us on this journey as well. Be sure to go to thecommanderplay.com to check us out on YouTube and also on whatever podcast platform you're on as well. In a world where we have less time than ever, instead of reading books, whether it be digital or physical, you can listen to audiobooks with Audible, the most efficient way of consuming books in the modern era. Sign up for your free 30-day trial and immediately get access to 1 credit. You have the Prime, double that, and it's 2 credits. It's good for any premium title. Simply go to audibleshow.com/Theimpactplay. Once again, that is audibleshow.com/Theimpactplay. Alrighty, folks. So we're gonna be discussing Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV. Let's see if we get a trailer here before we get into this. Let's see, trailers and clips. Yeah, that works. Get this ad out of the way. Skip. Okay. Settings. Playback speed normal. Quality 720. I guess is the highest. We're gonna loop this video and make sure the tab is muted. Okay, perfect. Okay. So sadly, it was a tale of the dark side of Hollywood, not Hollywood, but kids version of Hollywood. So, like myself, I grew up as many others did, watching Nickelodeon, the Disney Channel as well, and we grew up with the shows such as All That, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and many other shows. And we also literally. Let me switch back. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I feel 11 it. Okay. So this is streaming on Max or HBO Max. It is. I don't know why it did it on a weekly basis, but it did. It was released on March 17th, and the last episode was released on April 7th, as of over a month ago. And it's a 5 episode long miniseries, about 40 minutes each episode, but it's definitely worth watching as well. And of course, it was. You could also watch it on YouTube, Amazon Prime as well, but you do have to pay for it. So either you do have to purchase it, or you could rent it. But on HBO Max, it is streaming for free, which that's how I watched it. Let's see, if you click on watch, it'll tell you like YouTube, Prime Time subscription, Google Play, Pendego, Apple TV, I think it's called as well. But yeah. So let's get back to that trailer, and then we'll have more of a discussion. So, and the reason why I left the review out and made it more of a discussion, because a documentary like this isn't worth reviewing. It's worth talking about and having a discussion, and it's shining light on the industry that we knew, that we didn't know truly growing up. And what was great about this, they did really investigative reporting as well, which is something I shined the light on myself as well, which I'll get into later on, and some changes I want to hopefully make as well to our all of our shows as well. So we'll get into that later on towards the ending of this discussion. So all these childhood actors that, like I said, even now, I would be hesitant to have my kids when if they want to grow up in the industry, what I'd rather do is me being in charge of it. Like with YouTube now, with YouTube being so popular with these kids shows as well. Even Honey Boo Boo was very popular, but yet her mom was in charge of her well-being. Honey Boo Boo herself wasn't taken care of the best for her by her own parent. So that's the thing you have to be careful with also. So I believe the best way to do it is have more than one parent, more than one guardian, keeping an eye on this content and what these children are being involved with, even if they want to grow up to be a child star, essentially. So it's like, you do have to be careful, but you also have to keep an eye out as well. But not just keep an eye out. A lot of these parents that were in this documentary kept an eye out, but yet they had a feeling something was going down, but they didn't really do enough to protect their own children from all this harm and trauma that was done to them. Even as they grow up, they're literally my age now, in their 30s and 40s. Yet they were going through alcohol, drugs, going through just tough times, transitioning into adulthood. So it's like, yes, we enjoyed these programmings as kids, but nowadays, looking back at it as full-minded adults, we wouldn't want anybody to go through that, either directly or indirectly, as well, to be in that vulnerable spot. Because there were child actors as well, like Drake was the main highlight of this documentary, where he was actually physically abused and traumatized as a kid, as a 13-year-old kid, where it was 15-year-old. But yeah, he was a young teenager, and he was being assaulted, and he's held us in for so long. And until now, he's having he has a kid of his own, and he's having a hard time processing it until this day. So it's like there has to be enough safeguards in no matter what industry you're in, whether it be entertainment, video games, technology, no matter what field you're in, there has to be enough protection that you're comfortable enough to speak, and then not only just speak. A lot of these companies, when you reach out to HR, the HR doesn't work for you. The HR works for that company itself. So it's like you can talk, but nothing will be done to it. So we have to be constantly pressuring these companies and these higher ups to do, to be better, to be to have a better working environment and enough protections for especially for these minors. It's like once I heard the story, I was like, wow. And then and back in my mind, I'm like, and like I was having trouble hearing about what's happening in Gaza for the last since October. So literally over 7 months of them being bombarded, of kids being half the population being children, being bombarded, being killed. But yet, seeing this, I felt like this. I was having a bad time just processing watching this documentary more than watching kids being murdered. That's how bad this is. Because even though they're all children, when you're looking back at it, they're literally children the same way, either having trauma or being killed. But it's like you don't know how to balance the two. So it's like very hard to take in. So I would definitely recommend watching it. Definitely recommending. Like I said, this is available to stream on Max. I don't know why they changed it from HBO to Max, but yeah. And it is, I believe. Give me 1 second. Let me look up the studio. I just looked it up. Maxine Productions did work on it, and I believe Sony Pictures as well. Interactive did work on it as well. Give me 1 second. Let me get all those studios. Let's see. Okay, so Sony Pictures, television, television, nonfiction, Business Insider as well. In addition to Maxine Productions, the network was ID, so it stands for Investigation Discovery, and the executive producers on the set were Mary Robertson, Aaron Seidman, Ellie Halsman, Nicholas Carlson, Jewel Stonington, and Kate Taylor. And then let me see something. Give me a second. What was that producer that assaulted Drake? And then the funny thing is about the Nickelodeon, about those little kids that 3 child registered child offenders were working on kids shows, even though these networks themselves didn't do enough to like protect these kids, like not put these kids in their vulnerable spots, even more vulnerable than they already were. So that's another side to it too. It's like and then they give us this, and then kind of throughout the entirety of this documentary, they gave this mumbo jumbo as well. Give me a second. Let me see if I can look that up. Nickelodeon response. Let's see. Images. Yeah, they don't have an image. So they kept on putting this response that investigations all Nickelodeon stated that the network investigates all former complaints as part of our commitment to fostering a safe and professional workplace. It has adopted numerous safeguards over the years to help we ensure. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up the whole thing. We are living up to our own high standards and expectations of our audience. But yet, these concerned parents that were concerned and made those voices heard saying that we're not comfortable having our kids doing da 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 da. They weren't told how to quote unquote make a formal response, even though we know that's just useless jargon that that they use to protect themselves from any form of accountability. And give me 1 second. Let me find out that. Let me go to Google. No, it's not it. That's a studio. Let's see. Max. Uh, no. I had a article. Oh, I went to videos. That's why. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia page. Oh, Brian Peck. He was, I believe, he was the producer on the set. Let me see. And Zack Snyder was actually the showrunner, and he was actually let go after a long time, making kids feeling uncomfortable performing quote unquote sexual acts as sexual, uh, I guess, sexual perceived acts. That's the best way to put it. Um, so he fostered everything that, everything that, the whole environment that enabled this type of behavior and this environment for all of this to occur. Um, let's see. Yeah, but yeah, let me see something real quick. I took some screenshots throughout the documentary. Give me a second. Let me pull that up. Oh crap! They're all black. Oh, they're all black. I didn't take it. So essentially, it was. Let me see. Carly Samantha. I think it's Sam something. Yeah, Sam Puckett. 'Cause I believe she wrote a book about her. Let's see. Where's the book? Book. Okay. F11 it. Uh, I'm glad my mom died. Because her mom was abusive as well. So it's like it's like a 50-50 thing as well. Mm, what does she talk about in her book? Let's see. Let's look up these articles. She was 6 years old when she had her first acting audition. Wow, 6. No, it doesn't get into specifics on this book. No, just reviews. Okay, let's close that. Let's see what this says. Jenny McCarthy grants a view into her life. When she plays Sam Puckett. A lot of people have any idea someone outside of like television. I was interesting and effective how throughout her book. She writes in the perspective of her younger self for all the time that had passed. Full of emotional mental responsibility as a young child. The parent is supposed to take care of the child, but Janet based her life on taking care of her mother up until the day she passed away, of keeping her mother as content as possible, through keeping a manipulative, controlling person. Content was probably more challenging than she expected. She didn't get to experience a normal childhood. None of them experienced a normal childhood. Let's see. What about her life on Nickelodeon? Hold on. Substance abuse. There you go. And that tells us that she went through a lot. Let's see. Keeps telling the story about her mom. Let me see. Let me Google it. So this is the New York Times one. This will give me access to it fully. Let me see. Let's see. Titled, I am glad. What is the iCarly stuff? Let's see, Nickelodeon. I think we're getting there. She writes that being photographed in bikini at a wardrobe fitting and being encouraged to drink alcohol by an intimidating figure she simply calls the creator. In situations where mother was present, Deborah did not intervene or speak up, instructing Jen that this was the price of showbiz, showbiz success. Everyone wants what you have, she would tell her daughter. When McCarty was promised an iCarly spinoff, she assumed she'd be given her own show, only to receive a co-starring slot as Sam. There she says her superiors on these shows prevented her from pursuing career opportunities outside the show, while Ariana Grande thrived in her extracurricular work. See, like I said, these parents were not even being a parent, and then on top of that, enabling and just enabling this type of behavior to just keep going. It's like these our parents are supposed to protect our kids, even though we're parents now protecting our own kids. It's like you really have to be a parent. But yeah, it's like very hard to take in. And literally, you saw this as I was not just reading it on screen. You're reading, you're like you were able to read it with me as well. So, like I said before, it's a definitely a recommended watch. If you want to read, what's her name? I keep forgetting her name. Janet McCarthy's book. You can. Uh, what was it called again? I'm glad my mother died. I think it was called. Oh, that's funny. When I go back to the New York Times article, it won't let me read it now. Yeah, I'm glad my mother died. If you want to read it, you can. Mm, yeah, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. If you do want to send us some feedback, you can by going to theimpactplay'S.com and scrolling down below to the screenplay. It'll take you to the screenplay uh, page as well, where you can send us a voice message, or you could click on the Spotify link. You could reply that way as well. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you. If you do want to send us some feedback, simply go to theimpactplay'S.com and click on feedback. We have a couple of ways for you to do so. Actually, no, that's the only way, because this was primarily for the Impact Play. So disregard this and simply go to the Impact Play screenplay page. Otherwise, your support will definitely mean a lot to us. If you click on support, you do have a couple ways to do so. But we also have a store where we have merch as well. You can get your own very Impact Play tee as well, such as what I'm wearing myself, what I normally wear on the show. So you go to the store. Give me 1 second. Oops. And click on T Public. And then this is the one that I'm wearing. The front black. We have it in black and in white. And then right now they have 30%, 35% wide. I'm sorry, 35% off site wide. So for this one, they're only making it classic for some reason, but it is comfortable. So like I said, get it in black and in white. You have other versions as well, so you can get it as a tee, as a sweatshirt, tank top, whatever your fancy is. And we also have the classic logo as well if you're interested in that as well. And hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta you okay. So we do wanna if you want to join the conversation offline, you can by going to theimpactplay.com and clicking on the Discord icon. And the corresponding WhatsApp icon is the best way to get the most immediate updates here on the Impact Play. Otherwise, if you do want to follow us on Spotify, our radio, wherever you listen to your podcast platforms, you can. Like I said, by going to clicking on the screenplay, it'll take you to our page where everything is there. So the Play screenplay is where we want to be for everything related to film, television, anything under the entertainment umbrella. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much. If you do want to watch the VOD, make sure you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@MPactPlay, or you can go to our profile page, and the YouTube link is there for you as well. Make sure you subscribe to us and notifications on so you don't miss a beat. If you didn't really enjoy this, definitely hit the like button. Let us know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on this? If you guys listen on Spotify, I'll respond to our question as well. What are your thoughts? Or you can send us a voice message as well. Call in, and we'll definitely play your feedback or read it on the show as well. We'll have a discussion. And thank you guys so much. Have a good one, and we'll see you all, I guess, next time around. But before we go, one important thing I forgot to discuss towards the end of the show, which is I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of transparency for where I want the show to pivot. We've been discussing this for a very while, where we are. Give me 1 second. Let me get the intro here again. Scroll up. Well, we're the symbol of hope for the marginalized, giving voices to the voices and sharing their stories to the world. And what exactly does that mean? Does that entail? While I'm looking back at this documentary, so I feel like I have to really reach out to those who feel like they're not heard. To those, whether it be actors, regardless of what show I'm hosting, whether it be the Impact Play, the Impact Play screenplay, or even the Impact Play cover play as well. So that I need to amplify these voices, right or wrong. That's the whole purpose of the show, to have discussions and literally give them a voice, give them a platform where they feel heard. So my thought on this is, what I'm feeling is, we definitely have to improve on that aspect if we are to be the symbol of hope for the marginalized, for those who feel like they don't have a place to be heard, or they feel like discouraged, where they feel like no matter what they say, they won't make a difference. They feel like they don't make an impact, and impact is literally in our name, the Impact Play. So, what I feel like I want to do more stuff like this, like I saw in this documentary, where I should, okay, I'll reach out for interviews as well, which I've constantly been doing. Interviews, getting asked to reviews as well. But I feel like I should do a lot more than that. Find out more about stories similar to these and amplify those type of stories. And what's good about the what is this name of the show again? Quiet on Set, the Dark Side of Kids TV. They've said, the producers on the show said, if it does get I feel like it does get enough viewership, they will make more seasons of this. Hopefully we'll see more stories of this outside of just Nickelodeon and Disney Plus. In Disney. We'll see more of what's happening across all these kid shows that we were growing up. We'll get more of a clear view of what's been going on. And then not just that, I feel like they should cover any changes that have made, if there's anybody being held accountable to this day. Like, it's good hearing about what happened in the past, but also if there's anything being done today as of this moment, and looking back at that and investigating that as well. And that's what I feel like we should take part in that as well. So that's my idea, being more transparent as well with you guys as well, where my mindset is, and hopefully not just looking on moving forward. We will have these implemented as well and embedded into our shows, our multitude of shows as well. So, otherwise, thank you guys so much, and have a good one, and we'll see you all next time around.